Beanie Ball Talk. Hey guys, welcome back to Beanie Ball Talk. It's Halloween week, and we're gonna start with our recap of Week 8. We start with the Rams beating the Vikings 30-20. This game was, oh, dude, the ending of this really sucked. There was a safety to end the game pretty much. Horrible missed call face mask. The Vikings were down 8, so it would have been a tall task to drive down almost the entire length of the field to score it and tie it. But you just hate to see a game end like that. It was really lame. But the Rams look all the way back, and because they're healthy, they got Puka and Cooper Kupp back. So the Rams are only one game out of first place in their division, so their season is revitalized.
Rams are about to go on a run. That happened.
Yeah, dude, the Rams are healthy. They're gonna win that division now, unless San Fran gets hot.
Dude, I can't stop. Sorry, it's amazing how Puka and Cup just make the world of difference.
No, the line's healthy too, Zach. The line they have some linemen.
I get it, but like those two guys though, like are
Dude.
unbelievable.
Dude, Puka was eating that
They
long
said he'd be
hair.
on a snap count, and he just went off.
Yeah, I
Dude,
know.
that long hair was flowing.
Yeah, what's crazy is like all those rumors about Cooper Kupp possibly being traded, and then they go out and play like that. It's like, yeah, they're definitely not sellers anymore. So,
Dude, Cooper Kupp does look homeless though.
are you guys concerned for the Vikings at all? This was a short week. I mean,
No, not really.
it was
They
a
do
tough.
have the worst. They do surprisingly have the worst pass defense in the NFL, though.
Yeah, their defense isn't great, but I think they'll be okay. They're really good at home. I think this is practically a home game, but
They'll get a wild card spot.
yeah.
3
All
teams in the
right.
NFC North.
Yeah, speaking of the NFC North, the next game we got is the Packers beat the Jaguars 30-27. Jordan Love got hurt in this game. He left, but it didn't matter. Malik Willis is still under LaFleur. He's still an elite quarterback. So they get the job done on a game-winning drive, a final kick to win 2 weeks in a row. The Jags were in this, but like I feel like we've seen this game from the Jags multiple times this season where they're in the game and they have the lead and then they blow it late. So good for the Packers getting the win without their starter, but they've got a big game coming up this week, and it looks like Jordan Love's probably not going to be playing.
This is just a well-coached Packers team, just showing how good and how much coaching matters. They're very well disciplined. Like the Jags, they could have easily just taken over that game, but the Packers, hung tough. And dude, I think it's over for the Jags. They might win a couple more games, but it's over, and they're going to clean house. And it's kind of a bummer, dude. I really thought after that first season where he took them to the playoffs that Doug Peterson was going to turn the Jags around, but I don't know. I feel bad. We've got family that live in Jacksonville. Our cousin's a big Jags fan. I feel kind of bad, dude. As for Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's just not like he had a decent game, but he's just not what they're paying him to be. But they paid him, so he's gonna play, and he's just a middle of the road quarterback. But unfortunately, you got to pay quarterbacks, but that's not good for salary cap, and that'll hold them from winning Lombardi.
They could be 4-4 or something right now. Realistically, they've just blown games.
Yep.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah, they're not
Like
disciplined.
Yeah, that's why like I'm really I can't hate on Trevor too much because there's just so many issues on that team.
Dude, Josh Jacobs ate this game.
He's a
he's
good
banged
back.
up though. He's questionable for this game, and Jordan Love's out. So
Wait,
Well,
Jordan Love's ruled out?
it's
He's most likely
he's
not going to
he's
play.
doubtful.
not officially ruled out, but they said that he's
That dude's
questionable.
playing, dude. It's just a groin strain. He'll play. You
Don't you
can't
guys?
miss the game against Minnesota against Detroit.
Got
That's true.
Derek Carr missed like half a season from a groin injury.
Well,
Derek
he's
Carr
soft.
is a fucking pussy. He wears makeup.
No, he doesn't. He just has dark eyes.
Do you guys
Uh,
think the Raiders are just? I mean, obviously their organization is so stupid, but don't you think they're? I
Steve,
mean,
we're not. Why are we talking about the Raiders?
like
well, no, no.
what?
Let me get to it. For letting Josh Jacobs go, like
My
Uh,
they're
turn to
run.
talk.
My turn to talk. My turn to talk. Uh, you stole my whole life with the boardwalk, dude. Josh Jacobs is having a great year, and like I was seeing like apparently some executives are having second thoughts about paying running backs with him, Derrick Henry, and Saquon all just going off like the
yeah,
best.
I love the running backs that didn't get paid by the teams that drafted them, and they're like all going off at their new homes.
Yeah, dude, it's great. I mean, all the teams that let those running backs walk suck. The Giants suck, the Titans suck, and the Raiders suck.
Well, with that said, we can talk about another team that sucks. The Cardinals beat the Dolphins 28-27, and the Dolphins finally got Tua back, but it didn't matter. They had the lead in this game and they blew it. The Cardinals get a gutsy win, huge for their season. They're I believe they're in first place in that division right now.
It is
So
true.
good for the Cardinals, man. They've had a few bad games, but they've also battled in a lot. So their season is very much alive. And then the Dolphins, man, they might have just shot themselves in the foot with this game alone because, like, this is where they could have gotten some momentum and started a run. But holy shit, man, they just Mike McDaniel, what happened? Like, kid boy genius, what happened?
Dude, I think Kyler is so underrated, and he took over at the end, and Miami's defense isn't there because like Tua had a good game, coming back, and um, yeah, dude. I mean, you can't defend Kyler, dude. Like, and at the end of the games, he's got that clutch gene, dude. If they just get a few more pieces, Arizona really could be
I
good.
think Pete Kyler could win a playoff game for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if the line's good, but like McBride is sick. Maserati Marv went off. Like, dude, I like the Cardinals, man. They're fun in the fourth quarter. They always have slow starts.
Yeah.
Is Mike McDaniel gonna get fired?
Dude, I
Uh,
wouldn't be shocked. I
Dude,
don't
no,
think so, but I wouldn't
I'm
be
not
shocked.
even I'm not even saying this as a frustrated Tyreek manager, but why on earth could they not design screen passes to Tyreek Hill when Snoop Huntley was playing, but Tua can throw them all game long? Why can they not run crossing routes to Waddle and Tyreek when Tua's not there? Like
because
I
Snoop Huntley
legitimately
sucks, Scott.
so
He's
he
not.
can't throw a 4 yard crossing route across the
No,
middle to the fastest player in the NFL?
yeah, he's literally not an accurate passer.
Dude, we've literally seen him play well in Baltimore.
It's a Pro
Yeah, but
Bowler.
Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the league, according to
Oh,
Tyreek.
but for real, like I think Mike McDaniel should absolutely be fired.
Scott, Snoop Huntley making the Pro Bowl was the biggest shit ever.
No shit. Any quarterback should be able to throw a screen pass to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think. Here's the thing. I think that McDaniel could get fired just because Miami is just a shit organization, and they would make a stupid decision like that. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't fire him because, like, who are you gonna get that's better?
Dude, they
I
won
would
11.
love
They won
I would
11 games
love
last year.
for them to go get Ben Johnson from Detroit. But if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm just staying in Detroit. Like you have everything you want.
He wants Chicago. He wants the
That would be
I heard
Chicago.
s-
that. I
that
heard
would
that
be
on Farm Boy
so
Today.
stupid.
Why would that be stupid to go
I don't
to?
know why, because I don't know why all these coordinators feel like they have to go be a head coach where they could go potentially fail. He is
Uh,
with the
Scott,
top offense.
The big
He is,
money, dude.
I know
What are you
dude,
you
you
talking
know
about?
still get paid as a coordinator.
Scott, that would be like, why do you want to be a starter? You could be a
Okay,
backup
That
hey,
because
let
dude,
you
me
make
defend. Hey, let me
10x.
defend Scott
that
here real
dude,
quick
do you want to
because
hear me out? That dude literally has everything in Detroit. His whole offense is like elite in their prime, all on their rookie contracts.
so here's the thing. Ben Johnson actually is the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. They literally bucked up to keep him this season.
How
But
much is
dude,
he getting?
that's what I'm saying. Like, head
It doesn't
coaching
matter.
money is different.
Yes, Scott.
That's like
You don't make that much as a head coach.
Yes, you
yes,
do.
yes, you do nowadays, but
How
like
much?
they're making at least like 10 million a year.
No,
Yeah.
they are not,
Yes,
Kevin.
they are.
Coaches are not making $10 million a year.
Let me look.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now too.
John Gruden made 100 mil in 10 years. He just didn't make
Exactly.
it that
Yeah,
far.
that was the huge deal.
Yeah, but that
That
was 10 years
recently
ago,
happened.
Scott.
Biden inflation. Got to factor that in.
We got a lot
Yeah.
of researchers right now,
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah,
All
Scott,
right.
would you rather make $10 million and be the man or make
$50
$2 million?
million. Yeah. Also, Scott, you have to factor that into this guy's worked his ass off to get to this point. Everyone that's ever coached wants their own team.
There's seven coaches that make more than $8.5 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of millions.
And yeah, and now look up the average coordinator. Like maybe $1 million a year.
I'm just saying, dude, like it's the same thing with Bieniemy, in my opinion. Like everyone kept saying,
Oh yeah.
he should go be a head coach. Why? You have Patrick Mahomes. Why wouldn't you be successful where you are instead of jumping ship to a bad team, then just getting fired in 3 years?
Yeah, and now no one knows where he is. Yeah, I mean, I don't totally disagree, but also Ben Johnson is like he actually is like a really good coordinator to where like I think he would be successful on another team, like with his own team.
Scott, you just can't fault a guy for wanting to make generational wealth for his family.
No,
And
I understand that.
also, like, that's just such. I just think it's kind of like a lame mentality. Don't you want to go? Like, what if he
That's what I was saying. Like
he could
this
be the
guy's
greatest
worked his
coach
ass
ever,
off.
but you would never know because he's like, oh, I'm just gonna stay and be a coordinator. Like, you got to go at
Also,
least try. You can always
last
fall
season,
back on a coordinator.
after losing in the NFC Championship last year, I can see him being like, "Man, I just feel like there's unfinished business. They want to win a Super Bowl this year, and that's all that he like cares about this season." Because he probably knows that he's gonna go get a job somewhere else after. Like, I think what he did like in general is like totally like what I probably would want to do. But
Can we
all
move the
right,
chains?
yeah, next game, the Jets lose a heartbreaker to the Patriots 25-22. And Steve, me and you alluded to this when we talked about this game last week, how funny it would be. But we thought Drake May would be the reason. It wasn't him, man. Jacoby Brissett was just too much for the Jets defense at the end of the day. Yeah, this was embarrassing. The Jets are a joke of a franchise. Aaron Rodgers is old and washed. Like he just doesn't like he clearly is not his old self. Like he could have been good enough on the Jets team of the last 2 years, but guess what? Too little, too late, man. Like last year was probably their window and it's clearly closed because they're not doing shit this season.
The defense isn't what it used to be either. But like, yeah, dude, Rodgers is washed, and dude, Drake May when he plays looks good,
I know, I like him.
but he's gotten hurt twice now.
Who does he remind you of?
No, like the way his face looks, no one
No,
really.
no, 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 no. Like how he plays.
Andrew Luck.
Plays a lot like Josh Allen, dude.
Yeah,
He's big.
but you know what?
He's
Josh Allen
big.
was
He can
very
run,
clumsy at
and
first.
he has a
That.
cannon.
I don't think he's as clumsy as Josh Allen was his first few years. I think he looks pretty polished up when he's out there. The thing that's shocking about him is when he played in college, he never like he would scramble a little bit and he had some highlight runs, but like for the most part he stood in the pocket, but like with how bad their O line is, he runs a lot and it like he does it on like perfect timing. And like dude, he's looked good when he's played, but yeah, he's been banged up a few times, so you want to see him like remain healthy.
The way
But
these NFL defenses are designed, dude, like it's so easy to just like bail out and run. Like
yeah,
it's wide open, and I don't
you
know why.
have to be mobile these days.
Yeah, you have to. We've talked about that for a long time.
Anything on the Jets? I mean, like I know Scott and I both denounced them last week, so good thing we did because this is embarrassing. This is we thought they reached the lowest they could go. No, this is it.
I think it's funny though for like Devonte Adams. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming. We're gonna fix everything." And it's like, nah, dude, your team still blows.
Hey, if he's a free agent after this season,
Cancer, no.
come get a ring.
Cancer.
I would take Devonte Adams in a heartbeat.
I know, Steve. What?
Rasheed
All right.
will be back.
Yeah, I'll take the new Duke.
You don't want both?
The night.
No.
All right, next game. This was probably my favorite game of the week. The Browns beat the Ravens 29-24, and Jameis Winston is him, dude. Jameis really did make this team look like a playoff team. The Browns have life. Chubb is back. The boys are all playing for each other now. They've got a reason to play, and they made the Ravens. They exposed the Ravens. And all right, Steve.
I was eating a W.
I was getting distracted. But no, dude, I was so happy to see this. The pregame interview, he was locked in, and then you see the mic'd up moment of him in the huddle, man. He is all time. I don't know how anyone could not root for the guy. And this was a tough loss for the Ravens because that division's not locked up. Because you got the Steelers on their ass, and the Browns like continue to play like this, they could make a run. I trust the Browns more than the Bengals at this point, and we'll get to them.
I was gonna be the bigger person and not bring this up, but I gotta see if you guys can see this. But when Lamar threw his helmet, I was like, "Oh, what a fucking!" And then I just was so distracted by, I don't know if you,
We
no, no, you can't see it, but his hair is an abomination, dude. I mean, you gotta
Yes,
fucking,
it is.
it is disgusting. There's a bird living in that hair. It is. He's got to cut it, dude.
There's a whole nest in that hair.
I need Steve send it when the podcast is over. I need to see this.
It is
Uh,
terrible.
You didn't see his hair?
no, I didn't see him throw his helmet.
Steve's describing it perfectly.
Is it
Yeah.
worse than Ezekiel Elliott's Mickey Mouse?
They're similar, but I think Mickey Mouse is hard to beat.
What
Did you
about
see?
Jay-Z?
That's
Or
probably the worst.
what about OG
Yeah.
The Weeknd?
I don't even know what his is. Oh, no, dude, Jay-Z's the worst.
All right. Anything else on those teams? I mean, the Ravens are still
One
going to be a playoff team.
one small thing. I think if Deshaun Watson didn't play at all, the Browns legit might be like 4-2. I'm sorry, 4-4, 5-1 or something, dude. They're really good.
I've been saying
Sorry,
that all year
they
too, and I feel
they
so
have a good
vindicated.
defense, man.
Dude, I just love Jameis. I'm so glad that Kyle Hamilton dropped the easiest interception of his career.
Hey, we don't need to talk about that. All right. Next game, another game that I thoroughly enjoyed. The Eagles absolutely shit down the throats of the Bengals, 37-17. I didn't see much of the Bengals offense in this one. I don't know what happened. But the Eagles were rolling. Jalen Hurts had a fucking day. And the Bengals defense is really bad. You just hate to see it, you know?
When the Bengals don't have T. Higgins, they are not an efficient offense.
Which is crazy because you don't think a T like that much of like a difference maker, but
He's a
like,
true top receiver.
so what do you do if you're the Bengals? Do you pay Jamar
That
and T and just
that
like
team
live
is
with a shit
screwed.
defense? Yeah, I
They
know they're
fucked
fucked.
themselves because Jamar is like wide receiver 1 right now too, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
you
make more. Like
well,
T. Higgins is gone. They're gonna be in a bad situation in the next couple of years.
dude,
Darn.
Jamar is going to ask for 40 a year.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
He's that good.
Dude, that's quarterback money, man. It's crazy. Yeah, they're fucked. They can't they cap wise, no cap. They can't afford to because their defense, like they've missed on all these draft picks on defense, and that in order to keep them and be a Super Bowl caliber team, you got to hit on your draft picks. That's why Beach is the GOAT.
Dude, I just think it's so funny because, like, yes, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and lost, but everyone has been treating them the past few years like they're Super Bowl champs and like they're the dogs and all this stuff. But they sucked last year, sucked this year. I think Joe Burrow's a great franchise quarterback, but it's like these dudes, like the way they acted and we'll see y'all in Burrowhead. Ever since that game was the downfall, the mayor ruined it for the Bengals.
The damn shame. All right, next game. The Texans get an important win over the Colts. They season sweep the Colts 23-20. And boy, oh boy, do I have a lot to say about the Colts. Okay, so first, before I go in on the Colts, the Texans continue to win ugly, and people keep judging them like, Stephon Diggs out for the season. That really hurts them, especially with Nico still not back. I think in the long
Oh,
run, that really hurts.
I just
Um,
hate it when bad things happen to such great people and team players.
True, but
Did you just
I'll
call
say
Stephon
this,
Diggs a
man.
good person?
It's a joke. Okay,
Uh,
so the Texans are winning ugly, but I look at the record, man. They're a good team, and you got to give credit where it's due. They're taking care of business. I think the Texans are a legit Super Bowl contender this season. So, but yeah, big injury that hurts. But the Colts, man, Anthony Richardson is a heartless, gutless pussy. I don't know how any fan of the Colts could possibly defend that dude. How do you take yourself on the goal line out of the game, especially when the next play was a handoff? You can't take a snap and fucking hand the ball off, dude. Selfish, immature. Like, dude, I understand at the beginning of this season, I said we need to give these young quarterbacks time and we need to have patience with them. And he is very young. That's the good thing about this. They need to bench him the rest of the season. And guess what? He's still young. You don't have to ditch him. But this season, he should not be the starter again as long as Flacco is healthy because Flacco gives that team a chance to win. And you will lose the locker room if you're Shane Steichen and you continue to start this guy, especially when he decides, I'm tired. I'm going to take this playoff. What message does that send to the rest of the team? They're all busting their ass for the team, and you see your quarterback do that shit, man? That's fucking ridiculous. It's inexcusable, and that's why the Colts are now benching him for the rest of the season as long as Flacco's healthy, and I couldn't agree more. They should have done it earlier, but, dude, I mean, it's ridiculous. I cannot believe that like this generation of quarterbacks. I mean, fuck, Mahomes is going to win every Super Bowl the rest of time if this is how the mentality of these pussies that are coming into the league. All right, rant over.
I I could say 1,000 things about AR. It's been well documented how much I hate him and can't stand him and think he's terrible. But I just want to touch on the Texans. If I've learned anything watching the Chiefs in this incredible run, is that I think it's more important to win these close, tough, gritty games because you experience close games than just blowing people out. And the Texans will be better served for winning these tight games and keep in these close, tough, gritty divisional games rather than just. I mean, you see with the Ravens, they blow people
Yep.
out and then
Great point.
they'll lose these games.
Great point.
If the Ravens don't normally win tight games. They blow people out and then they lose the tight games.
Yeah.
I'd rather be close in every game, win majority of them. I
Yep.
love it, man. Their
Well
defense,
said.
the D line, whew, the D line is ferocious. They're scary.
I agree.
Yeah,
Well said.
you have to roll with Flacco. And I honestly like if they go make the playoffs or something, which I think they can make the last playoff spot, especially the way they and their last 5 games are pretty easy. But I don't even know like if they do go on some kind of run, I don't even know how you could bring Richardson back. Like I get it, he's young and immature and stuff, but he's not a leader, and you don't just develop leadership. You either are one or you're not, and he's not
True.
one. Like there, he has so much more raw talent than like Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield would never take himself out of a game like that,
And
ever.
you see Baker get smashed all the time, and I'm like, oh my god, he's done, and then he just, you know,
Same like I mean I
pulls up.
like Jared Goff or someone like they're not coming out of the game.
Fucking Kirk Cousins. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm
dude.
saying. Like you don't come out of the game unless you physically cannot perform.
And
Like
then the whole thing with I'm tired, dude. Lamar would never. Lamar runs harder than anyone else. He's never gone off. I need
never.
Jalen
I
Hurts.
got to be honest. I'm tired. That's what he said.
I know.
Flacco's
It almost feels like it's not real. It's like what the fuck?
Flacco's going to sling the ball around too. And I think they've got the Vikings and Bills. Those are going to be tough. And they've got the Lions in like 3 weeks. But other than that, it's They end the year with Jets, Patriots, Broncos, Titans, Giants, Jaguars. Like I don't think there's any, and they're already 4-4. So to me,
Yeah.
there's no reason they can't win 10 games.
If they split the next two, like I think they've got a good shot, especially with the AFC being like, I don't know, the AFC North is super underwhelming compared to what we thought they were going to be, mainly because of the Bengals, but like the Browns because of all the Deshaun shit. But now that the Browns have Jameis, everything's different for them. They
Yeah,
could
but
make a playoff.
they've got a deep hole, Kev. I mean, and Jameis is gonna throw a lot of picks too. He
Like I
is.
said, I like the Browns' chances more than the Bengals. That's for sure.
Well, they only have 2 wins right now. That it's a tough hill to climb.
Yeah. All right. The next game, the Lions absolutely beat the shit out of the Titans, 52-14. You know what's funny? This game actually, like the Titans came out hot, man, and then like Rudolph started turning the ball over, and it was all downhill from there. Goff didn't even throw for like 100 yards, I think, and the Lions put up 52. This was just crazy. Like this was just a perfect example of like two NFLs. There's the bottom of the barrel, and then there's the elite, and this is what happens when they meet. This was good on the Lions for taking care of business, man. They are terrifying.
Dude, Goff's stat line is so stupid. 12 of 15, 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like that's such a hilarious stat line. They also had like a punt return, a kick return, a kick return. I mean, it was dude, the Lions they're good in all phases, man. They are the most dangerous team in the NFL.
Absolutely, they're the scariest team in the NFL right now.
Well, they're the number one offense. It's not even close, like by
Yeah.
miles.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if Jameer Gibbs was a 3 down back, I legit think he could be like in the conversation for like offensive player of the year, man. Like
I
that dude in such limited time is putting up ridiculous stats.
I couldn't agree more. And I thought the same thing watching this game because he just has this burst and this extra level that he gets to, and you're just like, dude, when he's on, he's the best player on the field. It's fucking nuts, man. He is so talented, and like, dude, it's just they're so spoiled by having Montgomery too because he's a top 5 back in the fucking league. Like they have 2 top 5 backs. It's
Sonic and
crazy. What?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, I mean the nicknames are gay, but like they're sick.
God, say something nice about Jared Goff.
Terrible stat line.
Efficient
His
stat line.
efficiency was insane. Like
Dude,
when
honestly,
he threw, he was so good.
dude, Goff's. I think he's my MVP of the league right now.
Yeah, yeah, because Baker's been losing a few. But going into this week, I had Baker, but they lost an important game, and then Darnold lost too. So down
Well,
week for 2 guys.
Lamar's still up there, but the Ravens lost again. They got 3 losses now,
I
man.
swear, if they give Lamar another MVP, I'll throw up.
Jalen Hurts is going to make a run at MVP because he gets so many rushing touchdowns.
Ooh, we got to look at those odds later. All right, next game, the Falcons beat the Bucks 31-26. No Godwin and no Mike Evans, but the Bucks offense still looked pretty good in this one. But at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins gets the job done, and the Falcons sweep the Bucks. Which, man, like it's crazy to think those two teams have already played twice. It kind of sucks because I wish they would have saved that matchup for later in the season. But huge for the Falcons to get that division lead on the Bucks. I think that might have ended up sealing the division for the Falcons. That was huge.
Yeah, the Bucks. They were in it. They were tough, but dude, the Falcons. They're catching fire. But you know they're gonna. The Falcons, what they're gonna do is they're gonna be close in the tough games, and then they'll lose to a crappy team. But this was a good divisional win on the road.
Kirk's on fire.
He is.
They're hitting their stride. Scott, anything?
Not really, man.
All right, next game. Chargers beat the Saints 26-8. The Saints are really bad and good on the Chargers. Lad McConkey went nuts. Cool to see a rookie go nuts, but other than that, this game was just kind of shitty. Next game, I'm just gonna move on. Bills beat the shit out of the Seahawks 31-10, and I had this game dead wrong. I thought the Seahawks were going to show up in this one, but they did not. It's crazy. one week we're talking about Geno like, oh man, he looks good, and then the next week he does something like this. It's like this is
Dude,
why
it's
I will never
Geno
trust the Seahawks.
Smith.
Huh?
It's Geno Smith.
I
The
know,
dude
but
sucks.
I know. So like, if you're the Seahawks, you need to go get a quarterback. So, yeah, I've seen enough. They could still like possibly make a run, make playoffs, but in a year where the Rams have been banged up and the 49ers have been banged up, they've been healthy offensively. Like the Seahawks really have blown their shot to win this division, I think. So, tough for them. We'll see how they bounce back this week.
Real quick, MVP stats. I got Josh Allen in the lead. It goes Josh Allen, Lamar, Pat, Goff, Jaden Daniels, CJ.
Oh, you're talking about odds.
Yeah, odds for the MVP.
Okay.
Josh Allen's the got the
How far down is Jalen Hurts?
he is right after CJ.
The CJ?
Yeah. So
All
we'll see.
right.
We're a little under halfway through.
Oh, I forgot about this. This was not game of the week, but it was definitely moment of the season up to this point. The Commanders beat the Bears 18-15 on the last play of the game, a Hail Mary, and man, there was a lot of drama behind this one. The cornerback, his name's escaping my
Stevenson.
yeah, Stevenson, the corner for the Bears, was taunting while the play is going on, and he's supposed to mark the guy. They lose. A total Bears way to lose the game. This was awesome. And, the Commanders outplayed the Bears in this game, and the Bears looked like they were going to steal a win at the end, but justice was served, and the Commanders came away with a huge win. They just keep stacking wins, and the Bears lose a big one here. Their playoff hopes, that's the game that they got to win if they're going to win or make a playoff spot because of their division. Both rookie quarterbacks struggled in this, but Jaden Daniels looked better at the end. And I mean, the Hail Mary, that play alone, like that's a lot of luck, but just to get in position, like he executed on those last three plays, man. He did exactly what he had to do to give the team a chance. So I love Jaden, man. He's fun to watch. And watching Caleb Williams upset when the Hail Mary was caught was hilarious too.
Dude, Jaden Daniels is such a good dude. What a quality leader. Like again, back to not to harp on the AR thing, but you think Jaden Daniels is coming out of the game in that situation?
Fuck no.
Dude, he's gonna be a good, as long as he doesn't get hurt, he's gonna be a freaking awesome quarterback for a long time. And dude, that play was so sick. God, it was so awesome. And
He's
then
got an arm. That's why I think like even if he gets like a few injuries and like his running ability takes a hit, he can fucking sling it, man.
That corner needs to be benched for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I feel for the Bears fans a little bit because, man, they've had some brutal losses over the year. I mean, just
I don't feel bad for them at all. Chicago sucks. Do you feel
Amen.
bad for the Blackhawks? Do you feel bad for the Cubs ever?
Nope.
No,
Never.
you don't feel bad for the Bears either, ever.
Amen. Fuck Chicago. All right. Next game. The Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-20. Sucks they didn't cover, but the Chiefs, there was never a doubt in this game. I mean, Pat looked good. He throws another pick. He keeps the streak alive. He's just got to do it, man. But this time it wasn't really his fault. It was a deflected pass. But the cool part about that pick is the Raiders have the ball in perfect scoring position, and then the defense stops them on the goal line, makes a goal line stand. Our defense just continues to be unbelievable. The Raiders get a garbage score at the end to church up the score, but dude, the Chiefs are at a championship level, and they just added Josh Uche, who I think is going to be very good off the edge. They're going all in for the three-peat, and they're going to have a fucking shot at the end of the day. I really think we're going to do it. So,
dude, Chris Jones is Stonewall Jackson.
I've always loved him.
So, hey, don't the Chiefs get that other guy who tore his shit in the playoffs?
Yep.
Yep.
When's he come back?
Well,
Probably the
Apparently
playoffs.
he's doing really good on his recovery, but like they're not rushing him back. Probably
Big
like
boys take longer for ACL injuries.
yeah, but Omenihu is like more like your Von Miller. Like he's a fucking stud. He is a freak
He's
of he's a freak athlete, but he's coming off a torn ACL. So like, dude, there's no rush. I mean, fuck, we're undefeated. So
he's going to
let
be
him
like
take his time.
bring him in on third down. He's going to be like the key in the playoffs. I'm saying it now, dude. He's just going to emerge as like this absolute game wrecker because he
Yeah,
was
like dude,
so
we
strong.
Omenihu will come back, and we just like Uche. I think that was a great move by Veach. Everyone wanted us to get another receiver, but dude, I really wanted an edge rusher, and that's I'm shocked that he did it because I think now our defense. You got Chris Jones, and if we get just one of those edge rushers to produce, fuck, dude. I mean, our defense is elite. I can't stress it enough.
You a Chiefs fan,
Karlaftis
Kev?
and Karlaftis and Utrecht off the edge. Love it.
Uche, I must fight the
Uche.
chains.
Destiny is all. All right.
Freedom.
Next game, Broncos beat the Panthers 28-14, and Bo Nix, man, the Broncos keep stacking wins, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think the Broncos are going to be a playoff team. Their schedule is really weak, and they play winning football. Bo Nix, his stats aren't like crazy, but he does enough to win these football games, and he plays tough. He doesn't quit. He's not Anthony Richardson. And I know this is the Panthers that they beat, but Panthers scored a late touchdown that meant nothing. Denver's defense is a legit defense, and like when it comes down to it, if you have an elite defense and a quarterback takes care of the ball, you can win a lot of football games. I'm buying on the Broncos big time. I think they're for sure a playoff team.
I think the Chiefs are going to split with the Broncos.
This could be the year. They haven't beat us in over a decade.
I think the Broncos are terrible still, and I'm not going to back off that. They've played an easy schedule, and they could literally lose 6 of their next 7 games, in my opinion.
Chiefs will
Baltimore,
not lose
Case,
twice. Or will
Baltimore,
see.
KC, Atlanta, Cleveland, Indy, Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs.
We'll
I
revisit at the end of the year.
I see a playoff
Yeah.
team with that schedule.
I think I do too. But also, I'm not going to get too high. They just played the Panthers, is what happened. Who the fuck did the Panthers beat?
Dude, their last 5 games are literally Panthers, Saints, Chargers, Raiders, Jets. Like, I don't care about those wins.
Okay,
Wait, time out. Who did the Panthers beat?
I don't know.
Didn't they beat the
Oh, the
Saints?
Raiders!
Oh,
That's
didn't they
amazing.
stomp them?
Yeah, they fucking killed him.
30
Andy Dalton happened.
in Andy Dalton's game. Andy Dalton bumped. And
The Red Rifle bump.
we all made fun of Kevin, and he was right.
Yeah, that was my lock of the week that week. Just
All right. All right. Next game. The Niners beat the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football 30-24. This game was like, I don't know. I really enjoyed the post-game interview with Brock Purdy. That was pretty cool. But other than that, this game was not memorable. The Cowboys suck. It's just hilarious. I was talking to Tommy earlier today. The funniest like storyline for the Cowboys this season is the fact that Derrick Henry is going absolutely bonkers in Baltimore with the Ravens, and they easily could have had him. Like, he wanted to be a Cowboy, and they were just like, nah, we're good with Rico Dowdle and Zeke Elliott. They're fucking idiots.
Dude, Jerry just needs to die. He's the worst GM ever.
If he
Can
really
we-
loves the Cowboys, he should just die so they can be good.
No, dude, literally, it was all because he just wanted to prove that he knew more than Jimmy Johnson, and like they're cursed. They'll never win in his lifetime. And that makes me happy. Also, Nick Bosa was the star of this game. Kittle went off too.
Jerry Jones is the reason the Rams are gone.
Oh my gosh. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, Stan fucking Kroenke is the reason.
And Jerry Jones is right next to him. So, yeah, I'm all for him passing.
Can we please revisit how, like, Dak Prescott is not an impressive quarterback?
Again, he has CeeDee Lamb, and then who? Name me the next like
He
big
has
targets.
the exact same offense as last year, minus Michael
No,
Gallup,
he
who was
doesn't. Their O
always
line
hurt.
is dog shit. Like
Sick.
the
They
reason
lost
they were
old
good
ass injured Tyron Smith, Kevin.
for the last 5 years, they
He
were
is
only
the
good.
highest paid player in NFL history.
Well, that
He
again, Jerry
sucks.
Jones, idiot. But no, their offensive line is not. Everyone thinks, oh, Dallas Cowboys, they have a good offensive line. No, dude, they're dog shit. They're not who they used to be. They did have an elite line like 3 years ago, but that's gone. You need to win in the trenches, and they've drafted like shit, dude. The Cowboys are going to be a bad team like for the next couple years.
Also, Pollard is quietly having like a really good season in Tennessee, and like he was good for Dallas, dude. Like he was a good running back, and they're missing him. But
Had
I
to
mean,
pay Dak, dude.
I love watching Dallas suck. It makes me happy.
Yeah, dude. And can we please get them off of fucking prime time? Holy shit. Another moving on to the next game, another team that should never fucking get a primetime game ever again. The Giants lose to the Steelers, surprise, surprise, 26-18. The Giants, the one team I hate watching on primetime more than the Cowboys are the Giants. Gross. They
If
used to be fun when they had Saquon. They fucking suck to watch now.
guys, if the Giants have another primetime game, I might do self harm. They're to Kevin's point. Get them off of primetime. Flex them. They're terrible to watch. It is a dumpster
The
fire.
the flexes need to start now. Like, and I'm sorry, I don't know why we delay flexes. That like you should be punished for being a fucking bad team. Fuck your primetime revenue. Eat shit. All right. But hey, good for the Steelers. Rusty looks good. Are we gonna talk about Rusty? Steelers are a playoff team for sure, right?
I've always been a Russell Wilson guy, and I've been crucified for it forever because I think he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Like
He looked like shit in Denver, but he's playing his ass off right now because he knows he has to.
I want to
dude,
see a bigger sample size. I'm not sold completely yet.
He
I
does look better than he did in Denver, though.
He
just what he
does. He definitely does.
Zach, just that run in Seattle, I think earns him like not a first ballot, but like I think eventually he's getting the Hall of Fame. That Seattle
Who
run
did
was
who did the
His
Steelers
career
play
stats
last
will look
week?
good, Steve.
Who did the
uh,
Steelers play last week?
I'm looking.
Who did the Steelers?
The
Yeah,
Jets.
last week, his first game. Okay,
Jets.
so
It was a
that's my
bad
point.
team.
That's my point. They've only played really bad teams so far, the Jets and the Giants. I just need a bigger sample size. I want to see against a good team what he's going to do.
Dude, them and the commies this week might be game of the week.
Let Russ cook.
Let's get there.
All right. Time to dive into our preview of week 9. We start Thursday night, another fucking New York team in prime time. We've got the Texans taking on the Jets. And I get this is the Thursday night game, so they probably can't flex this, but holy shit, I'm so over watching the Jets play like shit. Okay. What's the line, Steve?
Dude, is this their third primetime game? Okay. New York is favored -1.5. Over under is 4.5.
I
The
understand the line because Diggs and Nico are out, and
Devontae
what was
Adams with a full week of practice now too.
the over under, Steve?
42.5.
I mean, if I were you guys, I'd take the under, but I'm gonna take the Texans, dude. The Jets are ass.
Texans.
I'm all over the under.
Damn, I was hoping you were going to say the Texans, Scott, because I was about to be spicy from the get go. I'm taking the Jets for this one reason: Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams against the Texans secondary. I think they win because of that.
Hey, Zach, the
It's
Texans D line is injuring Rodgers this game. He will not finish this game.
Well,
We'll
they'd be
see.
better if they had Zach Wilson.
it's crazy that I don't really have any faith in the Jets going forward, but they do have 3 elite offensive players that I feel like could really go out and torch anybody any
Who?
game.
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about Brees?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Okay,
never
because
going
But
to
it's
go
not.
also, you know
against a
what's
guy with Brees Hall, Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson. Like it's hard to pick against them when the other team doesn't have their top two wide receivers.
you know what's crazy? tickets to this game in New York are $12.
Dude, that fucking pisses me off so much.
Everyone's at
Like,
Madison
you've
Square
got
Garden.
two dog shit teams in New York, and we can't have fucking one. Okay. Next game. The Saints take on the Panthers. This one's in Carolina. Holy shit. What's the spread here?
Oh my God. Saints minus 7.5, over under 43.5.
Is Derek back?
Does it matter?
Yes. That spread is crazy.
Dude, I just can't bet on Bryce Young, and they just traded Deontay Johnson. Like, I'll just take a chance with the Saints.
Call me a sicko. Give me Carolina.
Dude, I'm taking Carolina too. I think Chuba's going to run wild.
I'm taking the over.
All right. Next game, we've got the Commies taking on the Giants. This one's in New York. What's the spread, Steve?
Oh, I thought that was the Steelers. I guess they're on a bye. Yeah, they're on a bye week. Commies minus 3.5, over under 44.5.
Yeah, give me the Commies, dude. I think they continue to roll, and Jaden Daniels will probably feel better this week compared to last week.
Same.
Reminder, last time
Commanders.
these teams played, the Commies only kicked field goals. So just
Commanders.
That's a B&E sweep.
all right. Next game, the Dolphins take on the Bills. This one's in Buffalo. What's the spread here?
Bildos minus 5.5, over under 49.5.
I hate that line because I could easily see the Dolphins backdoor covering. Fuck. But I'm gonna go with the Bills. Josh Allen's playing elite football right now. They're clicking. They just added Amari. Like, they're rolling. Give me the Bills. The Dolphins suck, dude. Their defense is terrible.
I think the Dolphins are terrible too. Like, they literally, they have 2 wins, and one of them was because Jacksonville fumbled in the end zone in week 1. I think they're frauds. Give me the Bills.
Zach, you doing it?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going over, baby.
Oh, I took the Bills. Sorry.
Wow, Steve. All right, next we got the Chargers taking on the Browns. This one's in Cleveland. This could be a really good game. What's the spread here, Steve?
Chargers minus 1.5, over under 42.5.
I'm so glad they're the favorites. Give me the Browns and Jameis, baby.
I'm taking the under.
This game just screams ugly to me, but I'm going to take Jameis.
I like the under, and I like, dude, Chargers defense isn't bad.
The Browns
Bro, you don't
defense
get
is
to eat a
really
W
good.
for 5 minutes on this podcast and not take Jameis. Come
Take
on.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, next game, the Patriots. Oh my gosh, Patriots take on the Titans. This one's in Tennessee. What's the spread here, Steve?
Dude, I don't want to watch this game.
I don't think anyone's going to watch this
There's a
game.
lot of shitty matchups this week.
Yeah,
The Titans are favored minus 3.5, over under 38.5. Does that mean Drake May is not starting?
I think he's in concussion protocol, so probably not. Dude, what a terrible.
I'm on
Dude,
the Pats.
I'm on the Pats too, dude. The Titans fucking suck, dude.
I think Drake May is going to play, and I think they might just win the game.
If Drake
I'm
May
taking the
plays,
Pats
I'm
too.
even more confident in the Pats for sure.
Yeah, I think this is like a line thinking he's not going to play, but I bet you he'll play, and I'm taking the Pats also. That's a B&E sweep.
All right, next we got the Cowboys taking on the Falcons. This one's in Atlanta. What's the spread here?
Hot Atlanta minus 2.5, over under 51.5.
I don't know why I want to take the Cowboys here.
Because, dude, Atlanta loses games like this.
I know, like I feel like, but the Cowboys
I'm
are
on the
so
over.
bad, huh?
Over. It's going
I
to be a
am
high
too.
score.
Fuck.
I want to take the Cowboys.
It's one game. Give me the Cowboys. Whatever. If I lose, I lose.
I want to take the Cowboys, but I just think they suck too bad, so I'm going to take Atlanta to cover. We're all over there.
Yeah. All right, next. The Raiders taking on the Bengals. This one's in the jungle. If the Bengals lose this game, they need to pack it up and just go home. What's the spread?
Bengals minus 7.5 over under 46.5.
I wonder who's going to start for the Raiders. I know it doesn't matter, but I just wonder. I like the Raiders to cover.
Yeah, I'm with you because like I think that's a big line. I think the Bengals will win, but 7.5. The Raiders, do they? Okay, God. I don't trust the Bengals, so I'm going to take Raiders to cover that big spread.
I'll take Bengals.
I'll take the Bengals.
All right, next game we got the Broncos taking on the Ravens. This one's in Baltimore. What's the spread here, Stu?
Ravens minus 9.5 over under 46.5.
Give me the
Yeah,
Ravens.
Ravens blow out these teams. Yep. Give me the Ravens.
Ravens.
This is a Ravens blowout spot.
Broncos are frauds.
Dude, I'm taking Denver to cover that.
I hope the Broncos win. That would be fucking amazing because then I think the Ravens would lose first place in the division.
I will walk back my comments if they win this game.
Baltimore is not first place right now. Kev, Steelers.
I'll be the biggest Bo Nix fan if they win this game. All right, next. Ooh, I like this matchup. We got the Bears taking on the Cardinals. This one's in Arizona. What's the spread here, Stu?
So I'm pretty sure the line moved on this. They got Arizona favored minus 1.5 over under 44.5. I thought Chicago was the favorite earlier today when I looked.
Yeah, I like Chicago here. I like Chicago here. Although, fuck, man, here's the thing. Does losing like that just totally kill your confidence, or does it fire you up and make you, like, more motivated?
Vibes are high in Arizona.
Vibes are high and vibes are low in Chicago. Fuck, man. I'm going to stick with Chicago.
I think the Bears got a good defense. I like the under in this game.
I'm gonna take the Bears as well. Just because their defense is pretty good.
I want the over. It's too low.
Ooh, Dak.
All right. I hope the over hits. All right. Next game, the Jags take on the Eagles. This one's in Philly. What is the spread here?
Philly minus 7.5 over under 45.5.
I don't like that.
Peterson's return to Philly.
I think Philly's definitely going to win, but I think the Jags are going to cover that. Give me the Jags.
Big week. I'm going with the over in this game. I feel very confident about this.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the over but I don't know. Philly's defense has come to life. Cooper DeJean, the other rookie
I'm
corner.
between Philly and the over. I think I'm just gonna take Philly. Jacksonville's defense sucks.
Yeah, for that reason, I'm going to take Philly also. Thought about the over, but I'll take Philly.
I'm going to flip. Give me Philly just because I was just thinking. No, I was thinking about the Eagles' defense actually is like they looked really good against Cincy last week.
They're coming to life, dude. The secondary.
Yeah, I think the Eagles' defense is figuring some shit out. Like their DBs, their young DBs that they drafted this year are playing really good. All right. Next game, Rams take on the Seahawks. This one's in Seattle. This is a big game for the Seahawks. What's the spread here, Steve?
Rams minus 1.5 over under 48.5.
This line has moved.
I'm gonna
When they're
take the Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those games where Gino's like, all right, I'm gonna be good today. Fuck, I can't trust them though, and the Rams looked good last week against a better team. So yeah, I'll take the Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams also.
I'm on the Rams.
I don't want to be, but I am.
That's a B&E sweep.
All right, next we got the Lions taking on the Packers. This one's in Lambeau, and we know quarterback question marks here. No one knows for sure if Love is going to play. Most likely that he's not. What's the spread here, Stu?
This line, to me, indicates that he's playing. It's Detroit minus 3.5 over under 47.5. I'm taking the Pack. Close divisional game at home.
I know, but like if Malik play,
I
but
think
Malik
Jordan.
playing
I
good.
think I think Jordan Love's playing. I'm taking the Packers in this
I'm.
one.
I know I said earlier I thought he was doubtful, but this line makes me think otherwise. I'm gonna take. I think Jordan Love's gonna play, and I'm gonna take this
Here's the
Packers.
thing: if the Lions go out and they just beat the shit out of the Packers, like, dude, who's stopping the Lions?
I'm taking
Chiefs.
Detroit.
I think I'm gonna take the Packers just because I got to go with the close divisional game.
I'll lone wolf this.
All right, next game. I didn't realize this. The Colts get a primetime game after announcing Flacco as the starter. They take on the Vikings in Minnesota. What's the spread here, Steve?
Minnesota minus 5.5, over under 46.5.
I like it to be close. Give me the Colts. I don't know if they'll win, but I think they can cover that.
I like the Colts in a backdoor cover here. Flacco's gonna air
Oh,
it out doors.
I like the over in this one.
Me too.
I think the over is good. So
I would love an over on Sunday night. That would make me happy. All right. Final game of the week. Our Chiefs at home. We take on Tampa. Do we know if Mike Evans is playing yet?
I would
I
guess.
don't think he's
I think
playing.
he's
Dude.
out.
I would
Okay. What's the spread here then, Steve?
based off this line, I'd say he's out. They got Chiefs minus 8.5, over under 45.5.
Yeah, dude, we didn't cover 8.5 against the fucking Raiders, so I'm gonna take Tampa to cover. The Chiefs will win this handily, and the Bucks will cover it at the end. Give me the Bucks, but the Chiefs will win.
I don't agree with handily. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think Tampa's going to cover.
I think
I'll,
Pat's gonna eat.
I'll take the Bucks.
Fuck it. Taking the Chiefs.
oh,
Love it. All right, that does it for week 9. We're gonna do our locks of the week, put together our money line parlay, and our money line parlay. 3 straight. 3 in a row. We care about you, listeners. We love you. We care about you. If you haven't done it yet, just consider following us now because this train ain't stopping. We're on fire. So we are 3 and 5 for our money line parlay. That's truly incredible. It's not easy to pick 4 NFL games and be right, especially 3 weeks in a row. So let's look to continue that. But we start with our locks of the week. What do you guys
If
like?
you have bet $100 per week on the money line parlay, you would be plus $974 on the year, and we're only halfway through the season.
Again, we care about you guys. I'm looking for my lock of the week. Do any of you guys have something?
I've got my
look,
lock. I told you guys I'm very confident in this. I'm going with the over in the Philly Jacksonville game. Philly could do it themselves.
True.
Steve, what was the spread for the Commanders and the Giants?
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I'll take the Rams minus 1.5.
Oh, Scott, I was looking at that one too. I might be riding.
What was the Bills Dolphins? There's a big
5.5.
Damn. I don't like anything for a lock this week, dude. A lot of shitty games and big spreads.
Scott, you and me are going to ride the Rams.
Okay.
Thanks.
What was the spread there?
1.5.
If you ride with them, I'm going to hope you lose just because
No, I
all
don't.
three of
No,
you
I
are
don't. I'm
insane
not gonna
lock.
ride. I'm not riding that shit,
I've got a couple games that I actually kind of like this week.
dude. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I just think the Giants suck, dude.
I like that pick.
That was 3.5, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I am 3-5. Kevin is 5-3. Zach is 4-4 up to this point.
What about me? What
You're
about?
So I said Kev's 5-3. Zach and Steve are 4-4.
Oh, I didn't hear
I'm
that.
You
I'm
cut
three and
out, I
five.
think.
I'm sorry. And then week 8, me and Kevin went 7-8. Zach went 9-6. Steve went 5-10.
Ooh.
Damn, what?
Yeah,
Man, I cooled off.
you're still second in the standings though.
But who's first?
That would be you by 2 games over Steve, so he's right behind you.
What's
We have
overall
a
right?
lot of odd picks this week, Steve, so one of us is going up top.
Overall, if you won it through 7 weeks, Zach 56-39,
Whew.
Steve 54-41.
Oh my gosh.
I am 47-48. Kev is 46-49.
We got a battle
Kev,
back.
does the data show you should start taking over unders yet?
I never have.
I know,
You've
and you're
taken
last place.
you've taken a Lions over before. I
The
know you
last
have.
few seasons, I've also finished like 1 and 2. So I don't want to hear it. It's the long game. We're not even. We're halfway through.
Okay.
Although Zach, I mean, fuck, you need to be going to the casino every weekend.
Hopefully people are riding with me.
He does go to the casino. It's in his
Oh,
pocket.
sorry, Zach. What was your lock?
Uh, what was my lock? It was the over in the Jacksonville Philly game.
All right. Moneyline parlay time. Moment of truth. Three straight wins, boys. We gotta keep this going.
At some point, we got to juice it a little bit.
Of course, you gotta go with what your heart tells you. A lot of big spreads though, so we're gonna need something to juice.
I've got one already, so you guys don't worry about it. Just pick what we know will work.
Dude, I mean, I know you guys have this for your lock of the week, but I'm gonna take the Rams.
Do it.
Nah, fuck that. I can't lose to
That's good
Cardell.
value.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a good
minus
pick.
1.5.
I don't want to be the reason we lose because of the Rams. That sounds like I'll be so upset with myself.
Kev, you sound like Anthony Richardson right now.
You're right. I'll never quit. Give me the Rams. Fucking pussy.
Dude, I don't want to be the reason this loses, but I feel confident. Give me Houston at plus 110.
Love that.
Ooh, a little dog action.
Have to.
Love that.
Aaron Rodgers is getting injured, guys.
Zach, what do you want then?
I'm
I'm
taking
gonna make a.
I'm taking New England outright.
Love that.
Yeah, I kind of like. Okay.
This
Do
is
I
you
going
like
to
want
be
me
both.
to
so
just
I
go
like
with a
both of
heavy
them.
one then? So we're already at plus 811. It
Yeah,
looks
just
like.
take the Ravens, Scott.
No, I could take
Take the
someone.
Chiefs so we can cap it on Monday Night Football.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm gonna
We
do.
need cash.
No, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Buffalo.
Buffalo.
damn,
All
dude. Plus 1,162.
We'll see how good we really are.
right. Dude, if this hits, oh baby.
Dude, this is typical like we're riding high little
Degenerate.
Dude, it's
guy.
house money. That's how you play.
I love it. All right. Any hot takes, bold predictions? I mean, I feel like I got my rant out on Anthony Richardson. I mean, holy shit, dude.
I got a hot take. I don't think it's that hot though. I just think the NFC is far superior to the AFC this year, and I feel like the past few years it has not been the case. Like last few years, AFC has just run everything. The NFC are the big dogs right now. They got a ton of teams that only have like a couple losses, and I think the NFC playoffs is just going to be an absolute blast to watch. I cannot wait to see who comes up and who's representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. You know, you look at Detroit right now, but like, you know, Steelers, tough, gritty team. The commies, dude, they've just come out of like nowhere with Jaden Daniels. I mean, just the entire NFC North is just insane right now. I said the Steelers, the AFC.
I wasn't gonna correct you, but
Yeah,
I was so glad you caught it.
no, but like the Bucks are good. I mean, just if they get their
Well,
player back, dude, the NFC is sick this year.
I was gonna say, what's crazy? If you look at the standings, there are so many 2-win teams in the AFC. Like, dude, the Raiders are terrible. Like, think about all the bad teams in the AFC: the Raiders, the Jags, the Bengals are bad this year. Fucking the Patriots are bad. The Jets are bad. Like, there are a lot of bad teams in the AFC. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. The NFC is spicy, and like, dude, man, the Lions. The only thing that's stopping them at this point is major injuries. So
Do you guys like? Do you think the Broncos are better than the Bengals?
No.
that was
yes,
an
absolutely.
intriguing
Without
matchup.
a doubt.
'Cause I'm just looking at the standings now too. Surprisingly, one, I didn't realize there were that many 2-win teams, but dude, Cincinnati's in the 9 spot. They're one out of playoffs by a game,
I know it is
and they
crazy.
still
The
play a
Bengals
weak
aren't dead. I
schedule.
just think they they do have an easy schedule too. That's what fucking pisses
Bengals
me
will
off.
make the playoffs and they will lose in the first round.
I
Stop.
What's
kind
gonna
of
happen?
with
They got to win. I think Joe Burrow was like 10 wins get you in. I think they have to win
he
7.
said not, he said 9 to 10.
They have
Yeah.
to win 7 out of the next 9 or
Okay,
something.
let me read you off their schedule though. Raiders
Win,
at Baltimore,
loss,
Loss.
at the Chargers,
Close
Potential
game.
win.
win.
Close
loss,
game.
Home against the Steelers, should
loss.
win.
They're already out.
At Dallas,
A
Win,
close game. I'm telling you.
that'll be a high scoring game. Titans,
win,
Browns at home,
Close.
loss. They've won against the Browns this year, and they usually lose. And Jameis is in.
Broncos at home,
Close.
Loss,
Close game.
at Pittsburgh to end it.
loss.
Loss.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, they're not gonna. They won't be able to. They've dug themselves too much of a hole. The only way they get in is if they are a 9-win team. Like a 9-win team makes it in, which could happen, but I don't see it.
The only
AFC's weak. Steve just got done saying it. The AFC is a lot weaker this year. Like they can easily get in with 9 wins. I can
And
see
that's
that playing
why
out.
I said Broncos are getting in.
Zach, the only way Cincinnati will come back to being a good team is if that mayor gets voted out. They're hurt.
Dude, I get it, but like we just went through the who Denver's played. Like, let's not assume that Cincinnati is just gonna get their ass beat by Denver.
Dude,
Like that's not a loss for
he
sure.
he called Joe Burrow Pat's daddy. Man, the mayor
Dude,
was
no one is talk the mayor sucks. We all know that. Like that guy needs to go. Like send him to Springfield, Ohio. I don't know. They're eating the dogs.
and the
They're
cat.
eating the dogs. Fuck, guys, I think this is the last pod before the trade deadline.
Do you like
And
the garbage truck?
next week we'll have a new players on new teams. We'll have a new president one way or the other. It's gonna be a
Will
wild
we?
week,
Will we
boys.
know who the president is?
I don't know.
I hope. I hope so. All right, boys. It's being Nebo talk.